What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Guys, briefly, I want to talk about Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, who on the 20th, with President-elect Joe Biden, will be installed as the new administration, the presidential administration of the United States of America. I wish them luck as the new leaders of the country. You know, they won. All right, I will not talk bad about the president-elect. I have a rule now that I don't disrespect presidents anymore. So if they're going to be the president and vice president-elect, so be it. They won. It's end of story. So I'm not commenting on the fact that they won. I am dealing about this situation with Vogue. Okay, now Vogue is a magazine that is catered towards women. Okay, it is a European style magazine, I would guess, or American magazine, and it's been around for many years. You know, it's like 1892. Right, so it's been around for a long time, very fashionable. They have a huge circulation, and it's out of New York City, and it's just, they have, the British Vogue also, and then there's the Italian Vogue, and there's 26 international editions, and Kamala Harris was going to be on the cover of the February issue. Now, with that being said, there's been some controversy about her cover. Right now, there's two covers that are being offered, and one which is the one in which she has Chuck Taylors on, okay, and then there's another one where if you see it here on the blue, she's on this one, okay. Now, the pink cover is the one that's in question, right? Because people are saying that the photo is befuddled, it's extremely underwhelming. You have a boss up, Madame Noir, complaining about it, and it's just really, really bad, right? They call it, it's a poor quality, and the Chuck T shouldn't have been an option, and a lot of black women are just really, really upset with this. Okay, they're very upset with this, and to be honest, although it seemed that it was this cover was mutually agreed upon, a lot of black women on the left have a problem with this. So if you have a problem with this, then let's look at Vogue in their history, okay? Vogue has never really catered to, if you want to consider Kamala Harris a black woman, fine, we can consider her to be black. They have never catered to a black audience, okay? Meaning that they don't get their sales and their revenue from black people or black women. Okay? If you're upset with how Vogue is doing things, then number one, why isn't she doing a cover at your magazine? Your magazine would be Ebony or Essence. Oh, you know what happened? You don't own that anymore. Because see, you had Ebony and then it went bankrupt. Somebody bought it. Essence, you don't own that anymore. You see? See, she would be able to do it for you, but you didn't support it enough and it went bankrupt, and now you don't own it anymore. See, you even with the, you had Oprah Winfrey Network, you have that, and you don't own it anymore. So, but see, what you want to do is you want to sit back and you want to complain to Vogue about what they should be doing. And see, this is what keeps our communities down and behind. You gotta stop asking people what they should do with their platforms. When you don't pay any money to Vogue, you don't contribute to Vogue, Vogue doesn't owe you anything. You have the ability to build your own magazine and represent Kamala Harris in the way that you want. But that is the Democratic mindset. The mindset is entitlement with everybody. You want to tell the government what to do, fine. Vogue what to do, fine. But you don't never want to go out there and establish your own stuff. And then what happens is it just falls on deaf ears. Vogue doesn't listen to you. Because number one, you'll complain about it because you complain about everything. And then they'll just forget, they won't say anything and they'll just keep doing what they're doing. And then you'll keep not owning anything, not having anything. And then, because you actually feel that the Vogue, their ice is colder. Do you know how many black women there are in the world that could make a magazine as powerful as Vogue or better? You have black women in Jamaica, black women in the United States, in Britain. You have black women in obviously, as Nakmeezy calls it, the black continent, South America. You could reach these parameters yourself. You don't need to ask them for anything. But that's what we want to do. That's why our community is, see, other communities would be like, you know what, they're not representing us in the right way. So let's do this. We'll start our own magazines, no problem. That way, Kamala Harris, when she comes to the black community, not only if she wants the black vote, we're going to have an agenda for it, her, and Biden with our money, but we're going to be able to have a magazine that preaches to our people or teaches our women or whatever, and we're going to be able to financially support it. No, it's much easier to stay online and complain about things that you're never going to do for yourself. And that mentality is what happens all through politics in the black community. Begging everybody, or not begging, but telling other people that we don't financially support to do things for us because it's free, and being upset when they don't represent your character or represent your identity the right way, or doesn't tell your story as you want it, or doesn't portray you in the way that you want to be portrayed. Well, Vogue is not going to portray you in the way you want to be portrayed because they don't owe you anything. It's your responsibility as the black community to portray yourself in the way that you want to be portrayed. I tell this to black men all the time. See, only you can portray yourself in the way that you want to be portrayed. See, if you get mad because, let's say Maxim magazine portrays you in a different way, well, you can't be mad because you're supposed to do that. You're responsible for your image. Vogue is not responsible for your image. You are responsible for your image. But when you don't want to do anything about your image, then you have the audacity to become upset. And I'm sitting here like, where do we do that at? It doesn't make any sense. It's actually ludicrous. And you have millions of us who think like this in the black community, and we wonder why we don't have anything, while people like Vogue, they're like, you know what, we're going to do something about this. We don't like how we're being represented. Same thing with the Italians. This is the reason why they started, to be honest, this is why they started Bank of America. This is why people start credit unions. Because they feel like, we can't get a fair shake. Don't worry, we'll do it ourselves. The black community is not necessarily like that. The black community is like, well, we don't want to start it, but then we want to criticize you for what you're doing, even though we're not doing it ourselves. And that doesn't make any sense to me. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top, guys. I really thank you for your support. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery always remains at an all-time high. I'm out.